Hello everybody, Neil here from the Four Corners, and welcome to a Ninjago Season 13 Thoughts and Opinions video. In today's video, we'll be discussing a aspect of Season 13 that I recognized as I was rewatching the entire season for fun, and I started to appreciate things that I didn't really think about when I watched the season for the first time. And if you're thinking on rewatching a Ninjago season, I definitely recommend rewatching Ninjago Season 13, as you'll definitely like a lot of aspects that you probably didn't see the first time. Coming to the main topic though, as I watched Season 13 and I saw all these characters progress, and by the end of Season 13, everybody was happy, everybody's problems were solved, I realized that Season 13 felt like the ultimate classic season. Now, for most Ninjago fans, their typical classic seasons are viewed as Season 1 and 2, and that makes complete sense. Those are the oldest seasons, and they're where Ninjago started. But to me, I also view Season 13 as a classic in this day and age, and here's my explanation to why I think this way. First of all, I think Season 13 is in its own little bubble, even for Ninjago season standards. Usually every season seems to be in its own bubble, but Ninjago Season 13's bubble seems to be a little extra layered this time. Things started in Season 13 like Master Wu getting really sad that the ninja didn't need him anymore, or Cole talking about his mother, and also the problems with the Geckles and the Munts, Vanya not really feeling that confident about herself, and towards the middle of the season, the Upply were also there, and by the end of the season, all of these people were happy, all of their characters were filled up, Cole found some peace with what actually happened to Lily, and by the end, everybody was really happy, everybody was partying, and the whole season kind of just ended within itself. I do think other seasons have done this. For example, Season 12 kind of did that, and I actually think Season 12 is also a little bit of a classic too. Season 12 was a very different season and to some extent was in its own bubble, but not as much as Season 13, and that's why I think Season 13 is a super duper classic. Also, when I do say classic, I do not mean that Season 13 is the best season by any means. It's definitely not the best season, especially in my opinion. I think it's a great, fantastic season, but it's definitely not great enough to be up there next to some other fantastic Ninjago seasons. By classic, I mean it checks all the boxes to be one of those seasons that when you think about Ninjago, you definitely think about that season. Or when you think about that season, you'll probably view it in its own little bubble. Speaking about Season 13 itself, I would like to say a few good things about the season because I never really got the chance to talk about Season 13. Back then, I wasn't really talking about the season much, and we also got distracted with a lot of other information videos. So things I liked with Season 13 was the whole Munts and Geckles thing, where Kai was the leader of the Geckles and Neo was the leader of the Munts. I really like how those things worked out, and I liked how the Geckles and the Munts ended up helping each other. That scene where they finally joined hands was very nice and very well done. Other things to mention is that the soundtracks from the season were fantastic and also pretty iconic, and it's also contributing to the fact that Season 13 is a classic because the soundtracks were unique and different. It felt more like it was in a bubble with the new music and all. On the music topic, the Shintaro Dungeon Whip, which was the intro for this season, was really strong, and I definitely like how this one sounded really edgy. I also like the Upply characters. Those guys were very lovable. The Firestone mech scenes were cool, and actually I think I liked everything about Season 13. I realized this just now as I was saying everything I liked about Season 13, and then I was like, there's nothing I don't like. I liked every single aspect of Season 13, and I liked a lot of things it introduced. So overall, I really like Season 13 and the many cool things it brought up and introduced and wrapped up by the end of the season. Tell me in the comment section below which season you would classify as a modern day classic. Which season do you see as its own bubble with its own soundtracks and everything? I think Season 12 would definitely be a runner-up after Season 13 and maybe even Season 11 to some extent because that is the flagship season of the new technical Ninjago series. That does wrap up this video talking about how Season 13 could be a modern day classic and why I think it's in its own little bubble. Thank you for watching this video, giving you my thoughts on Season 13, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.